Okay, so hello guys. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Beats by Dre Solo HDs. Long name, right? So let's get started. The first thing you're going to notice is that these have detachable cables. Solo HDs come with two cables. They have these non-microphone ones, and for if you have an iPhone or an iPad, or I don't know how well these work with Android stuff, but if you have that, then there's these mic'd cables, mic'd, like Skull Candy mic'd things. No, but they have these like clickers, and they have a mic on it, so that's good that they included that. Now, the overall headphone feels very cheaply made. On the outside, it looks very nice, like, looks very stylistic, like for teenagers. Looks like a tween headphone. Doesn't look any adult. If I see any adult wearing Beats by Dre, I'll think that you're in your middle-age crisis, like trying to figure out that, trying to make yourself feel better and to think that you're still young and being hip. These things are for hipsters also. Let's just get out of the way. Get that out of the way. So the build quality isn't very good. I've seen people break these on YouTube. You've seen them, I've seen them. We both can't fool ourselves. The build quality is really awful. And I'm saying all of these things, whatever criticisms I make, I'm saying them because they are $200 headphones. And the build quality and all the parts inside are so cheaply made that sometimes the fakes sound just as good, if not better, than the originals of the Beats by Dre. That's terrible build quality. And Chinese hard work right there. No offense to anybody who's Chinese, but anyway, let's get to the product. Like you said, if I try to stretch these feel like they'll break any second. If I try it, they'll creak, and it's disgusting. Now here's the thing where you can make the headband, the headband thing. It's the headband adjuster. So you can make these any size you want. As long as you don't have a really enormous cranium, then it won't work for you at all. I have a normal sized head. A very normal sized head, and yet somehow these didn't work for me. A lot of people are saying, oh, these are very comfortable. I can go 5 hours with this. That's ridiculous. Redonkulous. I can go 1 hour maybe without getting ear pains. And I've never had this happen on any other headphone. Never. Like, consumeristic thoughts, I guess people like to have pain. I don't know what media people want. Anyway, what contributes to this a lot is this thing right here. This headband is the worst part in this entire product, except for the sound, the speakers. Now this is so bad. It's not even like leather or anything. It's just this plastic lump that tries to make you feel comfortable. That's really hard. It's just disgusting. I cannot wear it. Every time I try and wear these on my head, I get like, this thing just digs into my scalp. It's really annoying. I have to like kind of wear it a bit up to get this to fit. If I do ignore this thing, it's still kind of comfortable, but it's definitely not like I'm going to wear this for 4 hours and not have any pain. But these are on-ear headphones, and this is one of the problems of on-ear headphones. They're all portable, but they just don't have that comfort because of the small sound speakers. These are like, what, 30 mm, I think? Now, you already know that the look is amazing, like, for teenagers, not for adults. This look is amazing. It's just that it's really... I don't know whether you can see that, but can you see the fingerprints? But there's a ton of fingerprints. Anyone who's OCD about fingerprints, they'll just die at how many fingerprints you can get on this Like, just so much. And this is only like 1 month of usage. So many fingerprints already, which is horrible. Now, these are the HD versions, high definition, and these are more like SD versions in terms of sound. The sound quality is horrible. Horrible. These are the worst. No, not really. Skull Candy Inks take that prize. But these are pretty bad. These aren't the worst headphones I've heard, but these are really bad. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, but I want bass. Well, you don't want this bass. Not unless if you want to have a subwoofer strapped to your head. That's all these things are, bass and nothing else. There's no mids, there's no treble. But the mids and treble are clearer than this original solos. The original solos were way worse than these, trust me on that one. But these are more like the Solo SDs than the Solo HDs. If you get what I'm saying. Now, the sound quality, the mids just sound awful, especially for rock. It sounds so awful. Anything with any vocals at all, if you try and listen to this, your head will hurt at how bad this sound quality is. The only people that should be using this headphone, and for the only music, it should only be dubstep and hip-hop and rap, you know, bass-heavy music. Now, even with bass-heavy music, this thing still sounds terrible compared to its competition. Now, there's a ton of Beats competitors, even for lifestyle headphones. Now, hopefully a lot of you have heard of this headphone. Let me get it over here. Philips Uptown. These are lifestyle consumer headphones as well. So don't be saying, oh, this is all audiophile. No, this isn't audiophile. Even though that snazzy iPhone guy recommends it, it's still not an audiophile headphone. It's consumer. Compared to the Beats by Dre, these sound leagues better. These sound like $400 to $500 headphones. I haven't heard the studio set, so I don't know whether they sound better than those, but they do sound very good. The Beats by Dre in comparison have no mids, no treble, and the bass is not clear. It's very muddy. It doesn't sound like it should. And even the Uptowns don't sound like natural, but they're still fun. Both of these are fun headphones. These are just like the bass heavy side of fun. Now, they aren't balanced, of course. I already told you about that. And the soundstage, there is none. There's no mids, there's no treble, there's no soundstage. Already my 3 favorite things about headphones destroyed by the Beats by Dre. Thank you for destroying all my hopes and dreams, Beats by Dre. I mean Dr. Dre. Just die already, please. Really, the sound is just awful, especially for the price. If these were $30, I'd say these are great. I mean, $30, pretty not bad. I mean, they're still better headphones and earphones for $30, but, you know, they're okay. They're good. They're good enough. But for $200, unless if you use these as brand name necklace, if you want to wear these across your head and be, oh yeah, yellow swag. You know people who do that. I know people who do that. You know what I'm saying. All those yellow swag people wear Beats by Dre. Or Bose. Well, Bose not as much, but Beats by Dre and Ludacris and the SMS 50 cent things. Yeah, people wear all that. So these just don't work out for me. There's no comfort. There's barely any good sound. The bass sounds like it's a subwoofer. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound clear. It sounds like weird. You'll know it when you see it. And all this thing does is vibrates like a subwoofer. I mean, subwoofers are good. I like bass too, but I like it clear. And you can have clear and rumbling. It's been done before. Philips Uptowns have great bass, and they still rumble. They don't rumble as much as the Beats by Dre, but you can still listen to rock and rap and dubstep, and they have great soundstage. You can listen to any single type of music on them. With the Beats by Dre, you can't listen to anything besides rap and dubstep. It's like This is a rapper-made headphone, I understand that, but for $200 you can get amazing sound quality. That's what people don't realize. You can make your music sound so much better than this garbage that you can feel immersed in your music, and I just don't feel that way when I listen to Beats by Dre. Sorry. My main, really, if Beats by Dre came out with an audiophile, you know, not like, if they tried to go up against Bose, because even Bose is better than Beats by Dre. At least they have mids. They have bass, they have mids, and they have treble. It sounds, I don't really like their sound signature. I never really liked Bose, but I have to admit, Bose does sound way better than Beats by Dre. Especially for noise canceling. Don't ever buy into that studios do noise canceling thing. There's no noise canceling whatsoever. Now, yay, they fold. That's perfect. Now, in terms of scoring, yeah, this is gonna be hard, right? They work. That's the thing. They work, but they're worse than average. For $30, you can go and buy a fake Beats by Dre, and you'll have almost exact same, you'll have like close to exact same sound as the originals. Because of how cheaply these are made. These are all made in China. But to score this, I don't know how I would. I'd say these are 2 or 3 out of 10. Or maybe even a 1, because they do have 3 redeeming qualities. They're, of course, the brand, the looks. They have a couple of redeeming qualities. If you want to be noticed by your friends, and you want to be in the cool crowd, you know, you want to wear these headphones on your neck and be like, yo, YOLO swag, Cody 2012. Yeah, and listen to rap all day, and dubstep, maybe, because some dubstep sounds awful on this, especially because of the treble. Dubstep requires a great treble, a great bass, and mids are, they need to be decent at least. These don't really work too well with that, but if you like a lot of bass, like a lot of bass, and you don't really care on whether it sounds muddy or not, and you want to impress your friends with all the apparent money you have, you can go out and you can buy a fake pair of Beats by Dre, because real ones aren't worth it. They aren't. They're made in China just like every other headphone, but they're just so cheaply made that they just aren't worth it. Nothing is good about these headphones. There's some good qualities, but the things that matter, those aren't good. And that's what is terrible about Beats by Dre. They're getting a 2 out of 10. I do not recommend these at all, and definitely do not buy these. Unless if you want to be a hipster, or you want to be in the cool crowd, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, see you guys later. Peace.